Most of the time, project stakeholders have conflicting interests. It is the project manager's responsibility to understand these conflicts and try to resolve them. It is also the project manager's responsibility to manage stakeholders' expectation. And this is where politics of a project come in, which means as a project manager, you need to exercise influence over others. Here are a few steps a good project politician should follow. Now, before you even look at the steps, something that you always need to have at the back of your mind is that whenever there is conflict of interest, you always want to ensure that you know what the customer actually wants, and then you go with that. Because if stakeholders are clashing, at the end of the day, it's the customer who is important in this case. So anyway, how do you, play the politics of the project? Number one, assess the environment. So you want to ensure that you know all the relevant stakeholders, because any of these stakeholders could actually derail the project. And that would mean once all relevant stakeholders are identified, try to determine where the power lies. In the vast cast of characters, who counts most? And finally, whose action will have the greatest impact? Number two, identify goals. After you've determined who the stakeholders are, then you need to identify their goals. Okay? What do they want? And that would mean, what is it that drives them? What is each after? Are there any hidden agendas or goals that are not openly articulated? What are the goals of the stakeholders who hold power? All those deserve attention. And number three, define the problem. That is, the facts that constitute the problem should be isolated and closely examined. The question, what is the real solution, should be raised over and over. If you're working in a project, there's always going to be issues, okay? And those are things that can be summed up as politics of a project. And so those are some of the tips that will help you as a project manager to navigate through all those problems. Of course, if there is a question, as always, do let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.